What's going on, guys? Welcome back, you sexy bitches, to the Rantin Review Pro Wrestling, and this is a news break. We're talking today about several news items in the world of pro wrestling and sports entertainment. We're going to start off with WWE NXT. Apparently, according to Brian Alvarez, so, take it for what it is. No harm towards Brian Alvarez, but, these are rumors, not news. But there's a lot of disgruntled people behind the scenes at NXT. Beth Phoenix recently has decided to leave the brand, claiming that there are issues with her family that she wants to depart with. Whether or not you believe that or not, it's up to you. I always tend to take people for the word until I am proven otherwise. But it's also coincided with several rumors that a lot of the talent backstage at NXT, the morale is low and some people want to get out. Of course, there's the upcoming contract issues with people like Roderick Strong, who, I think pretty much everybody in the pro wrestling, not sports entertainment, the pro wrestling community would kind of want to see him jump ship and go over to AEW so we can get the Undisputed Era reunited over in All Elite Wrestling, since Bobby Fish and Adam Cole are already over there, and they seem to be working a future program where the Elite will be taking on the Undisputed Era, which would be absolutely fantastic. However, I think AEW has its own worries to be concerned about. The latest ratings for this week's edition of Dynamite were not very good either. They were the lowest they've been since May. So there are several issues going on in the wrestling world. Of course, this time of the year, it has tended to be a low point in the year. It's a low point for WWE. It's a low point for a lot of other wrestling companies throughout history. Same seems to be true for AEW, despite the big influx of stuff that happened in the fall when they were riding high. It seems like some of the interest in watching wrestling on Wednesdays has kind of left. Now, we're going to be very curious to see what happens when the move comes in about a little over a month, to TBS, and whether or not that has a negative effect on AEW Dynamite's ratings. But as of right now, it's holiday season. There's not much going on. Usually this time of the year, I stop paying attention. My attention's usually turned to other things besides wrestling in December. Not much is usually going on in WWE. Not much is going on in New Japan outside of World Tag League, and I'm just kind of waiting for Wrestle Kingdom to start up. And that is probably the big thing to be noted. That coming up in January, as I've said before, it's a big month, especially the first 2 weeks of January. You've got AEW's first Battle of the Belt special, which will be on January the 8th. You also have on January the 8th and the 4th and the 5th variations of Wrestle Kingdom in New Japan, which is when most Western eyes do turn over to New Japan to check it out. They're going to get a lot of eyeballs from the West at that time of the year. It also happens usually during the G1. And WWE has its day one pay-per-view. So there's a lot of stuff coming up in January, and we're going to have to see then if some of these ratings numbers for all the companies go up a little bit. And I tend to think they do, because January, holiday season's over. People are kind of, especially here in the Northeast, it starts snowing and gets cold. So as bad as WWE's ratings have been, and AEW's ratings have been, and NXT's ratings have been, I think, and poor Impact, who had only like 48,000 total viewers for their Thanksgiving show. I think those numbers, hopefully for the wrestling community, will go up in January. Somebody else who's waiting on January and some turn of results here is good old bird-faced Taichi over in New Japan, who has basically issued a challenge saying that he wants him and Zach, the Dangerous Techers, to be involved in a little bit more high-level stuff. So during New Japan's World Tag League over the past week, the Techers have been doing pretty well. And Taichi, in one of the post-match interviews, basically threw this out there that, hey, look, whoever wins or loses on the 4th in the main event between Okada and good old IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Shingo Takagi, the loser should pick a partner and face us on January the 5th. So Taichi wants it that if Okada loses to Shingo on the 4th, that on the 5th, Okada team up with Hiroshi Tanahashi as the Japanese version of the Mega Powers combined once more to take on Zack and Taichi, the Dangerous Techers. That could be very interesting. Also, what I think is probably might be telling the tale a little bit here. If Shingo winds up losing to Okada on the 4th, Taichi wants Shingo to team up with Tetsuya Naito for the World Tag Titles and challenge the Dangerous Tekkers on January the 5th in the Tokyo Dome. So a nice little new wrinkle that added there by Taichi, Birdface. I gotta stop calling him Birdface because he's actually been pretty good this year. But that's a new wrinkle. And even though it's a new wrinkle, again, I would rather see a regular succession of a tag team that we want to see win the tag titles or at least challenge for the titles at the Tokyo Dome. New Japan's tag division has been one of its biggest weak points for a long time now. So they're doing the thing again with, let's get some mega single stars together and then form a tag team. I don't know if they're going to change that anytime soon. New Japan in 2022 is going to have to undergo some sort of change to its formula and its format in order to draw back in some interest, because hopefully the pandemic era for Japan will be ending pretty soon and they're going to have to get back to full capacity. And at that point in time, they're going to have to do something to kind of shake up the brand a little bit, because as many of you guys have commented in the comments over the last 6 months, New Japan seems kind of stale. Even though there's some good stuff still happening over there, they seem a little bit stale and it needs a little bit of a shake-up. Some new factions, some changing of things around, some people, new influx of some new talent, and possibly not relying as much on Western stars. But that's the news for today in the pro wrestling sports entertainment world. If you guys have any comments or questions, let your voice be heard in the comment box below. I want to remind you too, it's the end of the year. If you want to get started on getting your money straight, there's a bunch of free goodies down in the description box below. You can get some free cryptocurrency, I think up to $250 in Bitcoin from BlockFi. If you sign up with BlockFi, you can get some free crypto from Coinbase as well, and Celsius, using the links in the description box below. You can also get some free stocks that could be worth up to $2,300 from Webull and Robinhood by using the affiliate links down below. So definitely check out the description box and get yourself some free goodies. Until then, I will see you guys here for more news, rumors, and commentary right here on the Rantin Review Pro Wrestling. Have a good day.